Hello, everyone. Yes, it is me. And, got a little, my daughter's homemade facial cream. Still need to, okay, all good now. hmm I love it. I love all that natural stuff. I just do. It just feels right. Yes, okay. I just came across a good one, and I'm amazed. In Sweden, not Switzerland, people often mix up those two countries up. In Sweden, they have very little trash. The reason was 99% of their trash is all being recycled, which I think is fabulous. Why can't we do that all over the world? Yes? Yeah. Uh, would be great, wouldn't it? Yes. I have my own recycling station here for just about everything. And I have very little trash here, but how much trash does one person create, right? Yes. And anyway, try to stay with a lot of organic things. So even if it has to go in the trash, I know it'll break down quickly. Yes? Okay. Anyway, we could all be a part of that, yes, if we just try a little harder and are a little bit more conservative with things. Yes, it's a choice, again, we're making. All right. And then it snowed again. Not very much, but it did snow again. It covered everything again. Everything's nice and white out there again. And so I want to go out with the little one, and it's like, ugh, her skin is so delicate, red hair, gray eyes, and skin as white as porcelain, just about. And in the summertime, even in the shade, we can't be. If it's really hot, even in the shade, it has to be towards the evening. Uh, can hardly go out with her because she's sunburned so quickly. So you have to put a lot of sunscreen on her, this and that, and is that all that great? Uh, but even in the shade, she gets a light sunburn, and it's like, ugh. And now in the winter, you think, oh, cool, right? No, no, the cold gives her chilblains immediately on her face. So unless everything's covered just about, except for her eyes, can't go out with her. And you know, little ones, they want to pull stuff away from their face. So even there, it's like, ugh. So one can go out with her, but for a very short amount of time. It's never enough. She never wants to come in. Yet, as I said, she's got the reddest cheeks again right now, which a cream that I made helps really with the purple dead nettle, really works well with that. Um, but, so delicate. She is so strong. That is one little strong little body, and she moves furniture around. I'm not kidding. You think I have never been around a little one like that. There is literally you can't leave anything anywhere. You think, oh, this will be safe now, right? Yes, and we she just bumped her head again, climbing on something. I thought, well, okay, this can't be, and falling just in the way where she had a big old knot right here. It's fine, she's fine, but still. So you got to be so careful with her. The stuff she gets into, things how she already knows how to open, and it is unbelievable. Never been around a little one that you have to be constantly following or make sure she follows you, right? And she's one of those, as long as she's singing and dancing and talking, this and that, and you hear stuff going on, okay, but as soon as it gets quiet, you know she's into something. Yes? Oh no, she's not just having quiet time. Anyway, so it's literally you have to have someone else around in order to cook or clean or whatever, because you cannot turn your back on this little one. And it's not like she's destroying things or what. It's just she is so inquisitive and so, as I said, so strong that she'll pick up a big old chair and move it where she wants it so she can climb on top of whatever just to go look what's on top. Yes? Yeah. Anyway, she has learned how to use work remotes in a way and phones where the parents have to I don't have one, so where the parents have to be careful that she doesn't add certain things to, yeah, whatever, their bills. 21 months old, people. Anyway, nice one yesterday. Yeah, I start talking about her. Can't quit talking about her. Uh, I pulled out, she has a puzzle, which is kind of a rainbow with numbers on it and counting and stuff. And with the colors, so there's all these colors in a kind of a rainbow arrangement. And I had pulled one out yesterday, and I said, "Look, Mary, what's this?" And she says, "Eight," and it was the number eight on it. And she says, "I'm going, huh? Oh, that's a first." And so I showed her all the other ones, and she knew just about all the numbers. She's getting the six and the nine. She's getting confused. Uh, and anyway, so I was, wow, that's a new one, and we were able to show off in the evening to mommy, and she was like, "Oh, that's a new one. She knows her numbers. She doesn't just know how to count. She actually visually knows her numbers just about." Kind of cool, right? Yes, and of course with the letters we already knew, but we didn't know with the numbers. Then with my oldest granddaughter, she came over the other day and she said, "Ah, what do I do tonight?" I said, "Bring the new Scrabble over that I bought." Yeah. And she's like, "Oh, we got a Scrabble." I said, "Yeah, let's play it." So she came over and we played together. And I have to tell you, I did win, but only by a small margin, because boy is she good. She is real 13 years old, and she plays Scrabble way better than I've played it with many adults. That's all I can tell you. I love Scrabble. I love Scrabble. I love word searches, this and that. I don't know what. And I love Rummy. Rummy is another one of my favorites. And in Switzerland, we play it with tiles. And I love taking the numbers apart, this and that. And whoever plays with me, it's always a long game because I don't like to rush things. The same with Scrabble, right? Yes. Oh, get going already. I do not like that. Well, I play it then. Play your best game at all times, right? Yes. So Scrabble and Rummy are two of my absolute favorite board games, and I love it when I play with someone that takes the same care and allots the time one needs to be the best. Yes? Okay. Yeah. Have I lost in Rummy? My daughters are really, really good. All of my children are great at board games and this night because we played them since little, since they were little. And they're very smart. All of my children, very, very smart. So, the people hardest to beat in Rummy, I beat everybody else. But the hardest to beat or beat me are my children. All right. There we go. Let's get going here. And Jeremiah talked 9 minutes about what exactly? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Anyway, so Jeremiah, book of Jeremiah 9, the moral corruption of Judah. I'm glad I talked about something more fun to begin with. Who will find me a wayfarer's shelter in the desert for me to quit my people and leave them far behind? For all of them are adulterers, a conspiracy of traitors. They bend their tongues like a bow. Not truth, but falsehood hold sway in the land. Yes, they go from crime to crime, but me they do not know, Yahweh declares. Let each be on his guard against his friend. Do not trust a brother, for every brother aims but to supplant, and every friend is a peddler of slander. Each one cheats his friend, never telling the truth. They have trained their tongues to lie and devote all their energies to doing wrong. You live in a world of bad faith. Out of bad faith, they refuse to know me, Yahweh declares. And so Yahweh Sabaoth declares, now I shall purge them and test them. No other way to treat the daughter of my people. Their tongue is a deadly arrow. Their words are in bad faith. With his mouth, each wishes his neighbor peace, while in his heart plotting a trap for him. Shall I fail to punish them for this? Yahweh demands, or on such a nation fail to exact vengeance. Again, that's not the God I know, but this is in the Bible. Ugh, no wonder. Sorrow in Zion. Oh, what, is it not true? Well, I wasn't there at the time. Is it true today? You know, I just find it interesting that always a small margin of people who are into destruction don't really have any knowledge, don't know anything, they just kind of follow a mob. They're easily swayed, manipulated, I don't know what, yet they have such a big say out there. Yeah? Yes? Of course, I always encourage, well, we can all do better, right? Let's follow in the footsteps of Jesus. Let's follow in the footsteps of true parents. Let's listen to the guidance of God. And you know what? If you have no connection at all to God, this snack can't relate, I don't know what, you know. But we have the 10 Commandments. What's wrong with them? There's nothing wrong with them. We can all follow them. Yes? So, I know in today's world there's a lot of stuff that's going on. I mean, when I look at things, even when I'm around people, it's like, what do I do? Do I just say, well, look, from my point of view, it looks like this? Or do I just kind of keep guiding and say, well, how about trying this direction? Yes? Because when things are already done, they're already done. When they're in the past, they're already in the past. So I'm not a big one to lament, but I've learned from my lessons. Yes? Trying to move forward, faith forward, I love that, with a better understanding of what is right and wrong and what we should all do to help each other. Yes? Rather than destroy each other. I heard one guy just recently complain again about the United States and going, man, you know what? Why don't you people all pack up and go somewhere for a year or 2 years and see if you can find something better than the life right here? Yes? With hard work, gold does not grow on trees or lay on the streets or I don't know what. And neither does money. Money trees are a nice thought, but it doesn't really work that way, does it? So I'm just saying. And waste not, want not. Yes? And do we really have to have so much? Right? Anyway, so. Sounds really sad. Seems like, okay, everything's just gone bad. So bad that Jeremiah feels I have to give the message of you're in for destruction. But is it really God's destruction that's coming? Or are the people self-destructing? Yes? So best thing is, make sure you got the right information about things. Yes? And don't follow a mob. Don't ever follow a mob. Support the good. Stay away from the rest. Yes? Okay. There always seems to be more to a story often, right? It'd be kind of nice if we suddenly would have a way of getting both sides, right? Both sides of the story, yes? Where, okay, this one said this one, this is what happened, but actually what also happened to lead to this particular situation is this and that, right? Yeah? All right. Sorrow in Zion. I raised a wail and lament for the mountains, the dirge for the desert pastures, for they have been burned. No one passes there. The sound of flocks is heard no more. Birds of the sky and animals all have fled, all are gone. That does not even make any sense. I shall make Jerusalem a heap of ruins, a lair of jackals, and the towns of Judah an uninhabited wasteland. Why so negative? Oh, gosh. I mean, it's all just about, okay, you know what? Let's just keep reading. This is a condition for the reputation of God. Who is wise enough to understand this? To whom has Yahweh's mouth spoken to explain it? Why is the country annihilated, burnt like the desert where no one passes? Because you had a war going on and the slaughter just leaves all that behind? Okay, well, there you go. Yahweh says, this is because they have forsaken my law, which I gave them, and have not listened to my voice or followed it, but have followed their own stubborn hearts, have followed the Baals as their ancestors taught them. So Yahweh Sabaoth, the God of Israel, says this, now I shall give this people wormwood to eat and poisoned water to drink. I shall scatter them among nations unknown to their ancestors or to them, and I shall pursue them with the sword until I have annihilated them. Again, well, then where's Noah's story coming in? Huh? Yes, the promise of God then. Just saying, this is just man-made written stuff. This is not coming from God. Okay, just saying. And there's plenty of Israelites still around, so they didn't get annihilated. Ha. Just saying. Though someone just in, how many years ago? 80 years ago, sure tried really hard. And still. Wow. Can't even think of that time. I was half asleep. This Snad and Anne Frank. You guys ever read that story? Came to my mind. Yahweh Sabaoth says this, prepare to call for the mourning women. Send for those who are best at it. Let them lose no time in raising the lament over us. Let our eyes rain tears, our eyelids run with weeping. A lament makes itself heard in Zion. What ruin is ours, what utter shame. For we must leave the country. Our homes have been knocked down. Now listen, you women, to Yahweh's word. Let your ears take in the word his own mouth speaks. Teach your daughters how to wail, and teach one another this dirge. Death has climbed in at our windows and made its way into our palaces. It has cut down the children in the street, the young people in the squares. Speak, Yahweh declares this. Human corpses are strewn like dung in the open field, like sheaves left by the reaper with no one to gather them. War. This is all about war. So be it. True wisdom. Yahweh says this, let the sage not boast of wisdom, nor the valiant of valor. Nor the valiant of valor, nor the wealthy of riches, but let anyone who wants to boast of this, of understanding and knowing me, for I am Yahweh, who acts with faithful love, justice and uprightness on earth. Yes, these are what please me, Yahweh declares. Well, you know what? That's one little part that I have to say, okay. Circumcision, a false guarantee. Look, the days are coming, Yahweh declares, when I shall punish all who are circumcised only in the flesh. Egypt, Judah, Edom, the Ammonites, Moab, and all the men with shaven temples who live in a desert. For all those nations and the whole house of Israel too are uncircumcised at heart. Da-dum. Okay, well, there you go. When one becomes, this is interesting with what I said about people so unhappy live here in the United States, right? Yes. On how unhappy Jeremiah here is with his own people. Yes? Were they all bad? Probably not. Who decides that war is needed? Do it. And from having read, we all know that Israel is not innocent when it comes to starting wars as well. Yes? Yeah. All right. Well, that is it. Number nine. We are going along, plugging along here. in the book of Jeremiah. And one thing I don't understand, maybe I'll go and read up on that. Maybe I will. I mean, do I need to know? Why? It said in the beginning that Jeremiah was one of the more revered, again, revered, yeah, prophets of the Israelites. Why? I'm not getting it. What sounds any different here than what than three Isaiahs were saying? Or the rest of what we've read all in here. The Old Testament is just full of destruction and mayhem, unhappiness, right? Yes, over the people. And it seems to me a lot of it started when exactly? Huh? When they decided they wanted a king. Hmm? Yeah. All right. Anywho. The one thing that I would like to see out there happening more, happening less, is when you've chosen someone in your life in a conjugal love kind of affair, don't become an adulterer. Please don't. Stay faithful. And then especially, not just, but especially when children are involved as well. Why? What do men or women think out there when they do that? Cheat in their relationships. That they're going to find something better than what they already have. Are there special circumstances? Well, sure. But I always say get to know the person long enough to not suddenly then find out some really odd surprises, like a wife beater. Yes? For example, there's many different things we can live with. Just find another way to right? Yes? With certain quirks and whatever people have that we are in a relationship in with. But cheating and trampling on a person's heart is probably one of the more horrific things that one human being can do to another human being. Hence, thou shalt not commit adultery, I think is a very, very important commandment that has been, kind of just thrown to the side of the road. Not everyone. We have good examples out there. Yes? Anyway. So there it is. So, just encouraging people. Yeah, adultery is something that we should restore. We should encourage the people around us to be more wise when it comes to all that. Yes? Yeah. Okay. There it is. May Heavenly Parent bless, protect you, guide you, embrace you with love. Yes. And I will talk to y'all another time.